Alright, we're back with more Riddle of the Sphinx Part 2 after almost half a year of
Oh
hiatus.
my god. What happened last time again? Oh, the little tunnel opened up.
Yeah, we opened up a secret passageway, which, as I went in, I was kind of disappointed because it looks like there's actually nothing here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's just like some sort of weird empty thing that leads to like a wall. But in true adventure game fashion, you know, after I bumble around a little bit, you'll see that there's something in the corner that actually leads to a CD transition.
Oh my god, you're kidding me. Holy crap.
Yep,
Wait,
every time you go between these two areas, you need to switch the CD.
Wow. Honestly, let's just end the episode there, I'm pretty sure.
every time you switch CDs, it's a new episode. So yeah, this is a totally new area.
And we can't even access. I guess we could access, but it's not like. I guess we're meant to like spend a lot of time in this area, probably, right?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here actually.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why it has its own CD.
Okay, this one looks pretty interesting. Okay, I see some like fire. Wait, how's there fire? Oh wait, I guess someone must have been here and lit the fire, right? Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, it could have been Gil Blythe.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gil Blythe.
Yeah, or it's also possibly just a plot hole. Yeah, so there's a statue here. You can take his lever or whatever. I actually haven't figured out this puzzle yet. I've played actually quite a bit ahead. I've played enough for 3 episodes. So,
okay, like 3 more episodes, or for us to finish episode number 3?
Enough for episode 4.
Okay.
So I've played considerably ahead, but I still haven't figured out this puzzle. I'm probably missing something, but basically,
what is the puzzle there?
You can put a lever. You can put the lever in this door handle thing, and then you can pull that. But then you get stuck and you can't go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this door will come up.
This is like one of those puzzles in Zelda where you need to find like a box or something to pull down the lever. Or something
yeah,
like that.
It's kind of unclear. Either you need to find some sort of box or something, or you need to be able to escape from this room somehow. Yeah, I kind of dove around to see if that would open up anything.
Well, yeah, the brightness in this game is quite low. I guess it's intentional, but sometimes it can be hard to see what's going on for me.
Oh yeah, this is also. I also did a low preview or a low resolution export.
Oh, that's fine.
The final video will be 720 60 FPS, but yeah,
so this
around.
I
tried to take the handle, but that just open the door. So.
So we're stuck. I'm not stuck, but we can't like take back the handle and use it somewhere else or something.
Yeah.
Okay. It's awkwardly long transition phases.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You know, there's a lot of attention to detail in this game. I think I really appreciate that. Like, you know, things like lying around, little corridors, like all these markings on the walls.
Yeah, it is actually a pretty good looking game. However, the fact that there's so much of stuff lying around, you'll notice it in some parts where like it's not clear what you can actually interact with and what is just sort of like background debris.
Maybe that's good game design if you think about it. Or is that just bad game design? Like, should we always know what we want to interact with, or is it interestingly good to have, like, you know, things that mislead the player?
I think that's just part of this. It's a consequence of like the sort of realistic art style of the game. For example, Myst is very cartoony, and it's pretty obvious what you can interact with and what you can't, because there's literally like just buttons or whatever, right? Whereas in this, you know.
How'd you know how to push that?
I just clicked on it.
You just clicked? Okay.
Yeah, I was just basically click hunting.
Mm-hmm. Looks like there's some like bowling pins there or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but nothing's interactable there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was looking at some videos of the Omega Stone, the sequel to this game.
Oh, the sequel.
And I saw that it's actually all panoramas, so there's no static frames at all, which I thought was interesting. So that
Sorry, what do you mean by panoramas?
Like, you know how some of the locations in this have a panorama where you can like look around in
Oh
360?
yeah.
That game is actually all panoramas, so could be
okay.
interesting. But we have to beat this game first.
That does add another layer, like, you know, another dimension. I mean, not like a literally another dimension, but I can see why that's a pretty cool effect.
Yeah, for example, panoramas like this. Although it can increase the issues with like trying to figure out what you can interact with, because if you can look around like a 360 thing, there's more click hunting to do, basically.
Now, does the cursor light up a certain way when you're like looking at something that can be clicked, or you just test?
I believe it lights up differently depending on where you can move. But the interact and like the go forward are the same cursor.
These click hunt, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some creepy music. I wonder if you can climb that ladder. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, you can. But there's a little alcove here. Yeah, something that I just barely... I almost would have missed that. There's like a bolt of some kind in that vase.
Interesting.
Yes, this is something that we'll come back to. At this point, it's not really clear what you're supposed to do.
Is this like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or something? Donatello?
So.
Is that you? Oh, man.
I forget what the god's name was. I think it was listed somewhere, but...
Oh, I know a couple of the Egyptian gods. I mean, they're Obelisk the Tormentor, Ra. Oh my god. Winged Dragon of Ra, Obelisk the Tormentor, then the other one. I completely forgot. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can go up.
Yeah, so there's like these pillars that you can turn.
Oh,
and
interesting.
It like changes the color.
Okay, so I see like a green, white, red, and probably a blue one or something.
Yeah, there's some glitches though with the turning, so sometimes the animation doesn't work properly.
It happens. Oh, there you go.
But at this point, we don't really know what the colors are supposed to be. But there's one of these at the top of every pillar, so.
So you probably have to like align them or something, like put like a certain pattern or something like that. Interesting. I wonder how you're supposed to figure out that puzzle. Like, is there some information that is like painted on the wall?
We'll see. I've already solved this puzzle at this point.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at you.
Yeah, I know the future.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten about this game, at least since like the last time we recorded. But yeah, there's all these like little intricacies here and there.
I will say, so during my previous play session, I did end up using a guide a few times. I think I used a hint once in this episode, but towards the end of the play session, it was like 3 a.m. and I was falling asleep. And I was like trying to play more because like I knew that like we're probably not going to record for like a while, so like the more episodes that I get, the more we'll have like to actually like do commentary for.
Dude, that's
but at the same
dedication
time, I
right
was
there.
also falling asleep, so I was like, whatever, just give me a guide. And the puzzles were getting more obtuse too. So, but hopefully, I'm gonna try to restart without a guide basically during my next play session, and maybe pace things a little bit more effectively.
I'm actually surprised you even found a guide, to be honest. Oh, another bolt. I'm surprised that guides about this game exist. I thought it was, you know, pretty obscure.
Apparently not obscure enough.
I wonder who makes the guide to the game. Is it like fans, dedicated fans, or is it like the creators themselves? Did they make the guide?
I'm pretty sure it's fans. Interestingly,
Fans.
you might notice something interesting about that sort of thing. The stones that we just saw. But we'll come back to that anyways.
So I guess somehow you figured out this puzzle, or are you still just experimenting?
I don't think we solved it in this episode. I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either, but it's
Just
okay. It's
awkwardly
okay.
click hunting.
Now that we have a wall, you need to explain yourself. When you said that, oh yeah, so I get this Facebook message from Vern the other day, out of the blue, and he's like, "Oh, Marvel Avengers, Infinity Ultimate War, whatever it's called, Infinity War, is funnier." What'd you say it was? It was.
I think
legit-
it's the funniest, most emotional, and most philosophical, and most action-packed Marvel movie. It's really, really good.
Interesting.
But we won't discuss any spoilers, even though like the internet has spoiled it like thousands of times because of the memes, man. The memes.
Yeah,
spoil
all
it.
the like Thanos.
Honestly,
memes
I
and
wish
stuff.
I hadn't seen the memes before seeing the movie because, like, I would have legitimately been shocked by the movie if I hadn't known.
Yeah, I got shocked reading the Wikipedia summary. I never actually watched the movie yet. I probably have to eventually.
Yeah, you should. I mean, the Wikipedia summary for given any fictional work, the Wikipedia summary is boring.
That's actually objectively not true. I've had some interesting times reading Wikipedia
Really?
summaries, especially like the really long ones. Like I read it for Xenoblade Chronicles after I'd watched someone like Chuck Account and play the game, and it was actually pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, but you can't read it like before. If you just read it before, then it's not interesting.
True.
Anyway, so at this point, we're done with that boat area, and moving on to a new location.
Just keep going here. You gotta like keep the memory of the path. You know, it's like again navigating through a Zelda dungeon. You know, you gotta create this like mental map in your head of where everything is. And these panorama sections are unforgiving, man. It's too easy to like miss little details here and there.
Oh yeah. Although usually the panoramas, they don't actually have any items directly in them. They just lead to another view that points to items.
That means that the coders were too lazy to code that, so they just coded an extra view and then put.
Or
the
it could be
item in
it could be intentional just to like make it so that you don't miss anything. Although, you know, I was thinking that like if I ever tried to make a point and click adventure game, I would just put like a little sort of dot where items are, like a little tiny white dot, and then you can like click on the dots so that you don't have to do any item hunting, right?
Yeah.
Everything, all the interactable things are obvious.
But maybe there's some advantage in having subtle items or subtle interactive items, right? Like I'm sure even in this game that'll turn up where, you know, something's like hidden in your view. And part of the challenge is knowing where to look, because you know, like the best puzzle is the one where the solution was right under your nose the whole time, right?
Yeah, I guess it's true, but especially for like interactable stuff, it's easy to miss. I mean, there's one area which we'll eventually get to, which just has so much of like debris on the ground, and it's often unclear. Like, I mean, it's all like Egyptian treasure, so it looks like cool stuff that you would interact with. But you can't interact with.
Yeah.
And you can only interact with some of them, basically.
Yo, this camera movement's trippy. Panorama? Oh, never mind. Is this like a harp or something?
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my god, I love that loading, the little cursor for loading. That brings me back, man. Okay, did anything happen? No.
Yeah, it actually played a sound. It's kind of quiet though, so I might in the video boost up the volume.
Uh-huh. Let me take note of that. I heard that sound. Okay, so it's just... Oh, wait, why is the loading... Is it still loading something? Or...
No, it's just the video sort of has a delay for some reason. But basically it played like a tune that was kind of out of tune.
Uh-huh.
So... you might think that there might be some puzzle based off of that. And we're going to go up this snake stairs.
Uh-huh.
Where am I going? Why am I going?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're doing.
Probably just confused or trying to see if there's any extra thing that I missed here.
Mm-hmm. So you can't just walk up the snake, though?
Yeah, you can just walk up.
Wow. This reminds me of... Do you know in Sonic Adventure, that one level, where you have to, like, the snake, like, travels around the room or whatever? And the water level moves
the
up and
ruins
down.
or something.
Yeah, the ruins. God, what a game, man. Oh, there's like a ladder here. Oh, there's another harp? Oh, man. Oh, there's more. So is there some secret to each one of them? Like, can you pluck the strings or something?
Yes, you can. So that's what I'm about to see.
Now, you said something about keys, right? Maybe one thing that we should consider, or I guess it's weird for me to say that because you've already finished the puzzle, but I wonder if pedals come into account, because the way a harp works is that, you know, it has a pedal for every key. Oh, I hear you plugging the strings. It has like a pedal for every key. Or I guess...
wait, what? I didn't know this. What do you mean by a pedal?
So, you know when a harpist, like, you know, waves around, like, do you remember what keys are in music?
Yeah.
So the pedal moves things like either like a half step up or a half step down or whatever.
Interesting.
If you're only playing in one key, then you don't even need to use the pedals. You just use the strings, because the strings they're tuned to your key. But if you want to change keys or like play an accidental or something, you need to do some fancy work.
I see. Well, that doesn't. I'll tell you, that doesn't really apply to this puzzle because, as far as I can see, there's no pedals. So, okay, so this puzzle, I spent a considerable amount of time looking at this puzzle.
Uh-huh.
I thought for sure, like, so the harp downstairs, it plays some sort of tune, and I thought for sure, okay, you need to basically figure out what that tune is and then replay it on one of these harps.
Mm-hmm.
Because each of these harps actually has a different set of notes that the strings map to.
Show off your perfect pitch, man. What are the notes?
I did write them down somewhere. I didn't know what the actual notes were, but I could sort of match. But there was nothing that actually matched exactly the tunes, and so each of these are like individual notes. But the harp downstairs was clearly playing chords.
Yeah.
So I guess I was sort of instinctively matching to like the dominant note in the chord. But that didn't produce anything. And I went back here for like maybe like 45 minutes, and I was like, okay, let me try all these. I think I cut most of that out. But turns out the puzzle has nothing to do with the actual notes played.
That makes me sad, but I guess, well, because we have the advantage because we have perfect pitch, right? So it would probably be easier for us to solve it if it were like that.
Yeah, maybe. There's definitely, I mean, it's a lot like the puzzles, the audio puzzles in The Witness, or that's what I thought it was going to be like, basically. But it's nothing like that. In fact, it has to do with, like, if you notice that each of the harps has, like, a series of keys on the side, and each harp is missing one key. So you have to just go find the keys and then put them in, so... It has
Oh,
nothing to do
and
with
we've
the
already
actual notes
we've already
played.
taken some of them, right? Because we have a bunch of bolts.
No, it's not. It's not the same. The bolts. It's not the bolts.
Oh man. So where are these guys hidden? Are they like hidden around the room? Are they like scattered around or something?
They're in a completely different area.
Oh my god. Yeah, this game is impossible. Wow. It's so easy to just sit there and get fixated on solving the puzzle and then just have the
Yeah.
completely wrong approach and then, sit there for like 50 minutes.
That's why, like, I saw some people online said that the game took them like 30 hours to beat,
Uh-huh.
and that seems like it makes sense. Even though there's not necessarily like a huge amount of content in the game, like some of the puzzles you could just spend like hours being stuck on them, basically.
Yeah.
And there's no in-game hint system, whereas a lot of adventure games have like an in-game system where you can go to like, some character and then they'll give you like hints or whatever.
Yeah. Wow. I guess the good thing is that, if you get stuck on a puzzle, you can always just leave and find another puzzle.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
better or
actually,
for worse.
that's a good point. The game is pretty open, and you can do stuff in a variety of orders. So there's like multiple puzzles that you can try at any given time.
Uh-huh. Now, I mean, we might even be missing puzzles from like the first area, right?
Oh, we
'cause
are.
There's no way we did everything in the first area in the first episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, we'll find something that I missed in the first episode in this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Although I guess it does look like we're at a dead end here, so we probably need to do some more puzzle solving before we come back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I'm weirdly trying to like click. If you notice, there was like a weird pedestal there. I
Uh-huh.
was trying to click on it, but it's like weirdly like just out of frame. So I'm not sure if there's like an issue there or if it's really irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean that would be my guess, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so which puzzle are you going to now? Do you remember?
I think at this point I'm actually leaving,
Okay.
or awkwardly like looking around and then hopefully leaving.
Uh-huh.
Basically my plan, I think at this point I go back to the tent.
All the
and
way back, okay.
Yeah, and then we unlock the chest, which previously we
Oh,
didn't
that's
unlock.
right, that's right.
So if you remember in the previous episode, we found some tapes, which I didn't play because the tape recorder doesn't work. But in this episode, I'll go back to the tent, and then the video will show the tapes. So the interesting thing is the tapes are themselves, they're basically like long, they're pretty long recordings of like, just like, characters talking about like the artifacts and stuff that they found. But what Gil has done is like he has recorded over the tapes with like a sort of clue, and the clues are only at certain parts of the recording. So either you listen to the whole recording and wait until you hear his clue, or there's like a thing, there's like a drawer on his desk that has like timestamps written down, which is where the clue is hidden in the tape. But I just listened to the whole thing because I had to listen to them off the CD files itself.
And did the timestamp still work, or?
I don't know. I guess if you put them into the recorder, they probably work. But I didn't have them when I was looking at the CD files, so I just listened
Oh, I
to them.
got you. Wow, the commitment.
So what I did was for this tape, I cut out some stuff. I cut out basically the unrelated stuff, the stuff that's unrelated.
This is actually a good review of like where we were before, because I've completely forgotten about all this. Are you just like clicking stuff now?
Yeah. So I cut out the unrelated stuff and I just put in the clues.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 clues, and then we'll see once we get to the back to the tent.
Oh, that's where you have to take the helicopter. Completely forgot about that one, even though it's in the thumbnail of the last video.
Yeah.
Are there jump scares in
The
this
clues
game?
are about to play, so we'll cut the commentary.
Oh, okay.
Friend, I've been forced to be this precautious, but You are being patient. The clue is in numbers, so listen carefully. Add the day number plus the number of doves, plus the number of pigeons. Good luck. I know this is trying, but you of all people can put the pieces together. You'll find that numbers will help solve this clue. Add the number of young bulls to 5. Subtract the number of male goats. I wish you well. I commend you, old friend. You are more diligent than I first thought. If you look to numbers, you'll find the answer. The number of years minus 30. Do not give up, friend.
Is that? I guess, okay. Alright, Vern's not back yet.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so... something about the numbers. The number,
yeah,
his birth date, right?
No, that's for a different thing. So these numbers are basically for the safe. They correspond to safe directions. But the actual numbers there are not the codes, but rather positions in the Book of Numbers in the Bible. So what you need to do is you need to look up those passages and then connect them to one of the clues. So the clues say, like, add, like, the sheep or whatever. So you look at the passage and you figure out which clue is there, and then you just basically do whatever the clue says. So not like a super complicated puzzle.
Yeah.
So.
I'm guessing this is the Book of Numbers. I'm not super familiar with the Bible, but...
yeah, it's the Book of Numbers.
Okay, that's convenient. Wait, so what was the first one we're looking at? 12 or 13?
I forgot.
Oh, man.
In the video, I might put, like, a screenshot in the corner.
Okay.
Let
me make a note of that. Oh, also you can put, like, in the thumbnail, press this button to skip the, like, go to this timestamp to skip the, tapes or something. Or we can just make the people listen to tapes, which
the tapes are not that long.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
There is actually a longer recording coming up. That one, so that was another sort of thing where it had, like, a sort of... well, it was kind of interesting. It had, like, sort of fake thing and then a real thing, but I just left both things in. We'll see. That's coming up in a few minutes.
And Jeff Blythe, the OG. Alright, so I'm completely lost, but what exactly are you doing here? Oh, are you looking for the numbers like the 14th day or something?
Now that I think about it, I actually wrote some notes down. So now I guess I'm looking at 1524. Yeah, 1524.
Oh, you passed it.
No, I skipped it.
Okay, then it was done unwillingly with the knowledge of... turn.
For this one, I wrote 5 plus 1 minus 1, because I think you add... it said take the number 5 and then add number of goats. And subtract the number... add the number of bulls and subtract the number of goats. So that code number is 5. So the code that you get from this is 12, 5, 20, and then that's right, left, right.
Wait, sorry, how did you get 5 again?
The clue said something like take the number 5 and then add the number of bulls and subtract the number of goats.
Oh, I got you. So 12, 5... crap, I already forgot.
12, 5, 20.
12, 5, 20.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes from when I was doing that, but it turns out, like, so I tried to... first, I just tried the code. It didn't work. So after a while, I go back and I read the instructions, and it turns out it's actually a little bit more complicated. You can't just put in the code. But if you notice, there's like a little sort of T on the hand that actually matters.
Have you never used a combination lock before?
I have, but it was almost a decade ago.
No, on the second pass, you have to go past the original number.
Yes,
and then go.
I know.
was that
I know that. I know that now. Yes.
Was that? Oh my god! Have you?
Furthermore, you also have to let go. You have to let go of the click in order to transition. So you see it said T and then L and then R, or then
Yeah.
R and then L and then R. So you have to let go when you get to the number.
Oh my god,
So
you're hopeless.
first you have to tumble. Well, we'll see once we get to the instructions. But yeah, the last time I used like one of these locks was literally almost 10 years ago, in middle school, when we had like orchestra lockers. Where
Oh,
we
that's
put our,
right,
like,
that's right.
instruments. Yeah.
Good times.
I think I remember the first day I couldn't unlock my locker because I couldn't figure out how to enter the code properly.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
There
So
you
tumble, you need to tumble it by turning at least one full revolution. Rotate right to the first number, and then you need to rotate left past the first number until you get to the second number.
Uh-huh.
And then you rotate right to the third number.
Dude, you messed up, man.
Yeah, I know. This took me a while, actually.
It's nice that they have those little instructions, though.
Yeah. There's also some latches that you need to remove.
Yeah. Oh, that's just mean, man.
Just to be sure. So this is rotating it right to 12.
12.
And then you rotate past 12 onto 5.
Yep. Yeah, it seems like it's very hard to turn this or something. It seems like it's
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. And then you just rotate to 20.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Alright, what's in here? What's in the box? This is extremely underwhelming. Okay, there's a book. Oh, there's another tape. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, okay. This doesn't seem to correspond to any of the puzzles we've done so far, though, which is kind of disappointing. But
Yeah. Well, it does look one of the things looks familiar. So let's see. So we have this tape. It's basically a translation of what's on the scroll. So the tape is about to play in a few seconds. So we'll cut the commentary and then resume after that tape plays.
sounds good.
I've been up for hours trying to analyze this scroll, and you won't believe what I found. Friend, I wish you were here. This is amazing. There's two distinct sections on the scroll. Right in the middle is a red sphinx. Well, I'm saying it's the sphinx. It's a lion. But you know the controversy surrounding that. Above it is the winged scab. Below the sphinx, oddly enough, below the paws, is a cartouche of Cheops, and directly below that is Horus the Red, the Egyptians' symbol for Mars. I have no idea where this scroll is going. This is amazing. Do you realize that this could be the answer we've been looking for? The mystery behind what the Sphinx has been guarding all these years. Interestingly enough, though, the hieroglyphs on here, the one side speaks of beauty in heaven, and let me translate this a little bit better. Heaven and sky, eternity, beauty. So what we're talking about is a heavenly, peaceful God. Return. Go forth strongly. Go forth strongly. So it's a very positive message. Yet on the other side now they have a very dire, catastrophic message. Open, hurry, mistake, life, the mistake of a lifetime. They talk of prosperity and health, but in a very derogatory term. or a very pessimistic term. The arms embracing this, but in a false manner. They talk of the true voice, the one true voice, but it's in a very negative manner. In other words, that they aren't referring to Cheops here. They aren't referring to one of their gods. Or maybe they're referring to Horus the Red. There is the symbol of a scroll. We have, again, the embracing arms, a very strong message. The front part of the line, of course, could be symbolizing what might be under the Sphinx. This is fascinating. This is concerning time, the dominion of, I guess this is the dominion of the Sphinx, and the basis of this message is a very, again, it's a very dire message. It's talking about almost the burning of time, or the burning of a mistake that they. Oh boy, this is strange. There is 6 tablatures that look very unique, but they are different from the others. I would suggest using that as your first clue. I will leave with one interesting note, though. On the very bottom of the scroll, there is a symbol that matches underneath the Sphinx, and it is a unique symbol, but it is not Egyptian. It's not Egyptian. Can you imagine that? And I know. If you're looking at this right now, it looks Atlantean. I know. That's I can't imagine it is, but it looks Atlantean. And the reference to Horus the Red. What do we do with this? This is going to set the world on fire when they hear about it. But hopefully, we will find the truth before then. And lastly, there is the condition of my health, friend. During these last few days, the translation of the scroll has taken its toll on me, and obviously you know of the curse. I probably won't be here by the time you arrive, so good luck, friend. I wish you well.
Wow. Okay.
There's more, actually.
There's more?
Yeah.
Friend, I am glad you decided to stick around. I was worried about the others, but obviously you saw through the charade. Let us start, shall we? The first line, Perek, Sebekik, Ankuja, Seneb, Ejet, Nekek, Wenek, Shedet, Netjer. Literally, may you go forth, may you embrace life, prosperity, and health, forever and ever. May you open the well of God. Obvious reference to Osiris there. Let's continue, shall we? Wentifi, Mejiti, Enredi, Enef, Heref, Cheremes, Rarer, Chemeth. Literally, he who shall open this book without giving his face to its seal, Ra will destroy him. And that's not to be taken lightly. As you well know, friend, the gives one's face to. A translation is a common idiom for to pay attention to heed. Obvious warning here by the Egyptians. Third line, Yinek sepsen emredi chenemwak ankmi rekanez. Literally, turn back 2 times. Do not cause that life as we know it to be destroyed. Again, sepsen here 2 times is an idiom for stressing something. It's the equivalent of an exclamation mark. It's a very, very strong warning. 4th line, let's go on. Netjer, Heritep, Kufu, Maheru, Imkenu, Per, Mahi, Marish, Imipet, Sahur, Disher. Literally, the highest god, Kufu, true of voice from within the domain of the Sphinx, Marish from within heaven, the son of Horus the Red. Very odd translation here. They're talking of Khufu, true of voice. The highest god, Khufu, from within the domain of the Sphinx, and Marish from within heaven. The son of Horus the Red, of course, being the Egyptians' name for Mars as we know it. Well, I hope you've gleaned something from the true translation. Obviously, a translation and a piece of Egyptian document that will change history. Friend, before I carry on, I have one more warning for you. The markings on the right-hand side of the scroll. 6 tablatures are a dire warning to those reading the scroll. The ascribed curse is pointing to that side, to those 6 tablatures. Some have a trio of scarabs, others do not. Pay close attention to their markings, though. I fear if you run into those, your adventure will soon be over. Good luck, old friend, and please be careful. The curse and the danger awaits, and it is real. The journey is now in your hands, and you will be responsible for solving this.
Wow. Okay.
Right, so that's the translation of the scroll. So essentially he put some sort of like fake translation in the beginning, and then he had like a pause and then like a real translation after to like deter people. In actuality, the pause was much longer, but I cut it down slightly.
Oh, okay.
So one interesting thing that he mentioned is that sort of symbol with like the circles and stuff. I noticed that it's very similar to what we see down here. Although we can't actually do anything with that yet, but that's sort of interesting to notice. And he said it was like Atlantean, but he also said that in like the first part, so maybe that was a lie. Yeah.
Wow. Seems like there's a lot of little layers and we're just getting started.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more that's gonna happen.
I'm trying to like click around here.
Yeah. It almost looks like we need to put something basically in those areas, but we don't really have whatever goes in there.
No, all we gotta do is go out of bounds and go through it, man. Speedrun strats.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so now we're just going back. Or oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay, that was just the tunnel. So do those clues, do any of those clues help us immediately in any puzzle that we looked at today?
Unfortunately, no.
Nope.
Yeah, the only thing the only thing that I actually know how to deal with is the tablets that were on the right. We'll see one of those, I think, in the next part, but right in this part, nothing is relevant. As you can see, I was kind of stuck here, so I was just looking around. But I did find something, actually, that we just completely missed in the previous part. Or I completely missed in the previous part.
Like, inside this area?
Yeah. In the sort of... Not out here, but in the pyramid.
Uh-huh. Yo, these screen wipes, man. It's like watching the prequels all over again. I wonder if I can see what you missed before you get there. Right now I can't see anything, unfortunately. Yeah, we already looked here though, right?
Yeah, unfortunately you can't go down there. So
yeah.
There. However, it turns out you can go up here.
Oh, interesting.
Which I just completely missed.
Wow. I like that little power cord just chilling. Oh, there's like a little pathway thing here. Wow. And creepy music. Oh, come on.
Yeah, in a completely new chamber. Although, at first glance, it appears to be empty.
Oh god, I'm feeling a jump scare. Oh. Yeah, what are these little like holes in the wall? Oh, I see something on the wall. Do you see like that weird tile that was like pushed back or something? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. Wow, it's still going. Oh. Do we need to get the RC car? Okay, we can just go in. That's nice. Whoa.
This is the burial chamber.
With all
Although
the cool
at first
stuff.
glance, I looked around here and I didn't actually see anything that I could do in this room. And this is where I got stuck and had to consult a guide.
Mhm.
But you'll see that there is something that's unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you because I can't really tell on face value like what's going on or if anything you can interact
Yeah, at this
with.
point, I'm just trying to like look around this room and see what I can do, but ultimately nothing seems to be interactable.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, are we opening up the dead body?
Fortunately, you can't.
Okay, good. Huh. It is kind of scary that the fire is going.
Yeah, when supposedly no one should have been here.
Maybe it's just plot convenience, you know? Or
Yeah.
convenience to make sure that we have light.
Yeah, I guess they have to do it. Yeah, at this point I got stuck, which is when I
Mhm.
consulted the guide.
So do we do that in this episode, or is that saved for next episode?
I do show something in this episode,
Okay.
and then there's a cliffhanger.
Oh my god, I hate you. Last time's cliffhanger was pretty intense, right? With the, like the RC car opening up the little hole in the wall or something.
Okay, so it turns out you can literally just go underneath the coffin. There's another secret passageway.
Wow.
So this is all on disc 2, which is like the disc that has everything. So it turns out it opens like a huge new area, basically.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, there's like this is basically like a sort of giant ring hallway that like loops on itself. But it opens up a series of like new rooms with a ton of stuff in it, which we will see more of in the next episode.
Wow. Is this what real archaeology is like? Because this is pretty hype, man.
No, I don't think so.
Sad boys.
I was reading about some sort of archaeological thing where they were basically digging up latrines to like look at fossilized human feces to figure out what people ate. I think that's what real archaeology is like.
That's pretty interesting, I think. All right, but yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and see you guys next time.